The Specialized Levo 4 has just been announced, so here's a rundown of what's new and whether this is a bike worth your attention. But first, a history lesson. The first generation Turbo Levo was launched 10 years ago. A sleek alloy frame rolling on 650B wheels with oversized tires and an aggressive trail-focused geometry. An integrated 460 watt-hour battery and a Brose S motor provided a pretty raw but punchy 90 Nm of torque and 530 watts of power. 3 years later, in 2018, Specialized announced the second gen Levo, a carbon redesign that dropped the overall weight to almost 21 kilos for the S-Works model, despite 29-inch wheels and a bigger battery. A new, more efficient and more powerful Brose motor was said to improve reliability and refinement. 2021 saw the introduction of the Gen 3 Turbo Levo, the new bike offering 150/160 suspension travel, alloy and carbon frame options with a sleek down tube housing a 500 or 700 watt battery. Specialized worked closely with Brose on the new 2.1 motor system, still 90 Nm of torque, but now with an overrun that kept going even when you stopped pedaling. The third generation Levo saw midlife upgrades, but it largely remained the same until now. The Turbo Levo 4, a full-frame redesign with revised geometry and a new motor system delivering up to 111 Nm of torque. Anything less than exceptional will be a disappointment, so let's hope Specialized can live up to the very high standards set by the previous model. At launch, 3 standard models will be available: Pro, Expert and Comp Carbon, plus the top-tier S-Works edition, all carbon frame sets for now. Pricing starts at $8,000 or £6,800 and tops out at $13,500 or £12,500. You all want to know about the new motor, and the controversy begins here, because the S-Works model alone takes the headlines. The 3.1 motor provides 720 watts of peak power and 111 Nm of torque. Big numbers. However, the non-S-Works model gets the same motor but detuned to 660 watts and 101 Nm of torque. I'll leave it to the comments section to debate that one. The drive unit appears to be a lot closer to something you'd find from Bosch. It's 20% smaller than before, and the internal belt has been replaced by full metal gearing, which I'm guessing will be a lot more reliable. They also claim it's quieter, but will it rattle on the descents? In terms of power output, the chart here shows the S-Works motor in turbo mode compared to the previous generation 2.1 and 2.2. The power output is consistently higher and peaks at around 70 RPM before leveling off. Power output is nothing without control, and the tagline from Specialized, where super meets natural, suggests they think this system is pretty special. For now, I'll reserve judgment till I get to ride one. The new TCU is apparently the largest, highest resolution interface on a bike and looks a bit like an Apple Watch strapped to the top tube. Talking of Apple, Specialized have incorporated Apple's Find My system, which should provide some peace of mind for those with an iPhone. And we have a new bar-mounted controller with new modes including micro-tune, dynamic and shuttle modes, so you can tune the bike to your riding style. Let's discuss that new frame. Geo can be fine-tuned using flip chips in the shock linkage and seat stays, plus an adjustable headset offering 63 to 65.5 degree head angles. That will actually allow you to run a 180 fork at the front as well. Internal cable routing has been improved, and Specialized have included a first of its kind down tube storage solution just above the battery in its brilliantly named side entry wattage cottage. Talking of the battery, a massive 840 watt hour is standard. You can also get a 600 watt hour battery to lower that overall weight, or add a 280 watt hour range extender for a combined 1,120 watt hours of power, claimed to provide over 5.5 hours of ride time. I've said for a while that modular batteries are the future of bike design, so it's great to see Spec taking this approach. Let's talk components. Suspension is provided by Fox, as is the seat post on the S-Works, a 160mm 38 out front and the new Genie Float X at the rear. I'm hearing a lot of good things about the Genie, but I'll go into more detail on this subject when I get my hands on the bike. Brakes are SRAM Mavens and drivetrain is SRAM with a wireless T-type derailleur. So overall, it's a pretty massive overhaul of the Levo range. At a time when the whole industry is contracting, it's refreshing to see a truly new product from one of the established players. DJI AI has led the charge for this new generation of high-powered e-bike. So is it now time for the old guard to make a comeback? What do you think about the pricing of the new bike, and is it worth the upgrade? And what are your views on the limited power output of the non-S-Works models? Let me know in the comments below, and if you want to know more about my experience with the 3rd generation Levo, watch this video of my globetrotting long-term test.